What is up, guys? Beancrew49 here. We are back on the Desolation map, and today we find ourselves in the ghetto. Yes, we're back in the ghetto again. One of my favorite places on the map. We're at the Days End Motel, and admittedly, guys, I admit it, I haven't done any work since we were last here, okay? This is not a get work done kind of episode, alright, guys? Today we're going to be talking and planning things out. Now, wait! Before you skip this video, okay, before you skip through, join me on this little journey, and I think we're all going to have fun, because I want to do some planning. And what do I always say, guys? Proper planning prevents piss poor performance, okay? So, I want to hear some of your ideas. I don't know why my voice went all funky like that just now, but I want to hear some of your ideas about my idea, and then together we'll make a really cool idea. Actually, it's not even my idea. This idea comes from Whiskram Sanabria. You guys know Whiskram from his YouTube channel. I'm sure you guys have all checked it out by now. But you remember in the previous video, I asked you guys, I got this empty space over here, right? Remember this empty space I have in here? I didn't know what to do with it, and he suggested we make it a place for the ladies of the night. And then I thought about it, and I took his idea, and I kind of added my own ideas onto it, which is what I want you guys to do today, to add on to my idea and Whiskram's idea. And I decided to make this a gang base. Now, there's 3 gangs in Coveton. Let's just do a quick flyby. There's 3 gangs in Coveton, in the ghetto, of course. There's the Bloods, there's the Dragons, and then there's the Snakes. Okay, those are the 3 names of the gangs, and each gang is into a different racket. Okay, the Bloods are into car stuff, right? You know, getting car stuff, stealing cars, basically. The Dragons are into drugs and weapons, and so we're gonna make the Snakes. We're gonna make them into the ladies. They like the ladies. Now, I'm not gonna, some of you are young, so I'm not gonna say anything about it, other than these are ladies of the night, okay? They go to sleep when you're awake, and they are awake when you're asleep, if you know what I'm saying. So, anyway, he suggested we make this a place for the ladies of the night, because they can easily get to the motel rooms, and I thought that was a great idea. But why not make their... So what I did in here, as you'll see, okay, let's backtrack. What I did in here is I made easy access to the larger hotel rooms. Right? So if you want to purchase a lady, purchase her services, that is, then, you can come to this back door, give the right knock, boom, 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 boom. Right? You give the right knock and they let you in and they hook you up with a lady. But I also wanted to make this the gang base, so I made some stairwells down here. Okay, so I have worked on it a little bit, and I made 2 stairwells, and down here is going to be the gang base for the Snakes. Snakes. And this is identical here. This is just another hotel room, or motel room, right? Make it easy for you, okay? Anyway, so yeah, so down here I want to make the gang base, so I would like to know some ideas, okay? I would like to have some ideas. Now, every other gang base is kind of difficult to enter. It's either difficult to find or difficult to get into. So I don't want people just walking up into this gang base. I want to, think about ways that we can make it difficult, okay? So that's what we're doing today. We're going to be talking and planning and, talking and planning, right? And I want you guys to really use the comment section today to help me out with some ideas so that you guys are a part of the Desolation map. Alright, I'm not just stealing your ideas, of course. All credit is going to where credit is due. So I'm just going to lay out some of the floor plans and give you a little bit of my ideas, and we'll see what you guys come up with. But the first thing I thought of was down here, there's going to be some poles, okay? Do I need to elaborate, honestly? Okay, there's going to be some poles. There's also going to be some gambling, was my idea. So they're going to be, gambling and maybe drinking down here, They're just blowing off some steam, these Snakes, I guess. And, the ladies who work for them, right? They might have some dressing rooms down here. So some, little rooms where they live. So that they could stay off the streets. So this will be the entryway, and of course you'll have to have a secret password. But how do we make this hard to find or hard to get into? I mean, obviously it's not hard to find because I just told you all where to find it. So we're going to have to do something like parkour or a maze or require TNT. Any ideas that you guys have, I'm all ears, right? Okay, so yeah, like I said, guys, I'm not going to get much done today. I'm just going to lay out some floor plans. So between there and there, I'd like to have like one big room. So let's see what kind of floor we could have with the main room. It's going to be dark as heck in here, so I like to use white sort of floor, whitish colored flooring, because, you know, otherwise you're not going to see anything in here, right? So if I use black for any of this, oh, it's going to be so dark. But, you know, that's another thing is all these underground places, of which there are a lot in the city of Coveton, that's what most people don't realize. They just do a flyover of the city. They say, that's pretty good. That's a lot of buildings. But what you don't know, what you don't realize, is that there is so much underground stuff. I mean, I can just fly around and see all sorts of underground stuff in here. Underground, 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 underground. So, yeah, you can't just fly over Coveton and say, oh, I seen the place. That's not how it works around here. Okay, so, yeah, that's why, like, when people are lagging, I get kind of nervous, because then they can see their chunks, like, not loaded in. They can see all the stuff underground, and they start getting ideas. I don't like it, okay? I'd rather have people explore it for themselves. I'm not really sure why I'm telling you guys about this right now, because the gang bases are super secret. But I'm bringing you in on this one because you can know where at least one is, because you guys are going to help me, alright? You guys are going to help. So, ideas, start putting them down there. So, we got gambling, we got polls, we got a bar. That's the 3 things I came up with. What do you got for me here? How are we going to make this hard? I mean, can we incorporate parkour? I don't think it would really make sense to incorporate parkour. Maybe the place caught on fire. But, again, I want to hesitate from using fire just because, you know, it does cause significant frame rate drops. Significant. So, let's stay away from fire. You know, there could have been a fight down here, and there's maybe a bunch of explosions. I don't know. Now, why would there be explosions down here? Okay, so the kind of the backstory of the gangs is all 3 of them kind of sort of survived Armageddon. Yeah, they survived Armageddon because they had the weapons, they had the knowledge. You know, they've been fighting their whole lives. This was just like what they were waiting for, right? So they weathered the storm, so to speak, right? They weathered the apocalypse, and they were alive after the apocalypse. But what happened was they got greedy. All right, they got greed in their eyes, and they started fighting each other over stuff, over territory, over things that would. Things that are prized by these people, okay? So I think over here, I'm going to make the ladies' entrance, and I'm going to branch over here. I'm going to branch off because we got plenty of space, guys. We got tons of space. Let's try to use white again. This is where the ladies are going to live. Not snow. I didn't want snow. Snow's not right. Maybe some chiseled quartz. That could work. It's whitish, but it still looks kind of... dirty. Not dirty. Dirty's not the right word. But yeah, guys, like I said, I'm just going to lay out the floor plans here and let you guys fill it in with your imagination. But anyway, what I was saying was the gangs were fighting each other for stuff, and they killed each other off, right? I don't want to explain too much backstory of the dragons, because that's all spoken for, right? We got the dragons' backstory, and it's a nice one. Anyone who's, I'm not going to say too much. If you explore a lot near or on or around the ghetto, then you will learn about the story of the dragons, okay? Okay? So yeah, I don't have a backstory for the snakes yet. What happened to the snakes in this post-apocalypse? They survived the first onslaught of monsters. They probably retreated to their underground base. But then what happened? What happened to these devious, slippery snakes? Okay? I'm definitely going to use a lot of green around here for the walls and stuff, because green is the color of the snakes. They have a lot of people locked up in Coco Jail, the Coveton County Jail. So, if you see a green jail cell, that's where the snakes were. And I believe in the Coco Jail, a little bit of the backstory was... Now I forgot. Oh, man. But one of the backstory is one of the gangs was able to escape and take control of the prison, or take control of the jail, and they murdered all the other gang members who were in the jail. I don't remember if it was the snakes who won, or if it was the dragons. It definitely wasn't the Bloods. It was either the snakes or the dragons, so I'll have to go back and check that. So, the homeboys, the homies in Coco Jail... That's another thing I wanted to mention is race. I don't like talking about race, but it makes sense when we're talking about gangs. The Bloods are Mexicanos, alright? The dragons are African Americans, so I think we should make the snakes predominantly Italians. What do you guys think? I don't want to make a white supremacist or anything. I think Italians, stereotypical mob, alright? We're going for stereotypes here, guys. You know that, okay? We don't mind stereotypes so much around here on the Desolation map. Just because, this is what we're trying to highlight. I'm trying to use Coveton as a way to highlight the things that are wrong with our society. I don't know if you guys have realized that. Okay, there's more to this than just a silly city, guys. There's more to this than just a game. I'm trying to show the depravity in our culture through this map. I know a lot of you are saying, but this is a kid's game for 8-year-olds. Why would you go through such trouble? Well, I think it's important, okay? I made a video about the schools failing our kids. And I can make up for it. I can teach you the realities, guys. And I can teach you that, there's a lot of depravity in our world. If you don't know what the word depravity is, I suggest you go look it up. It'll give you something to do. Go look it up. I was going to put it on screen, but maybe I will, maybe I won't. We'll see. Okay? Anyway, I'm trying to teach here through the city of Coveton, show you, the immorality in our current culture. Maybe you can see some immorality in your life and maybe get rid of it. You know what I mean? And that includes stereotyping people, because everyone is unique. And if you put people into a box, put a label on them, then you're just labeling yourself. You're just taking away all their personality, all the things that make them them, and grouping them in with a cardboard cutout idea. And that's not good. That's never good. Never good. So I think that's going to be the layout. The chiseled quartz blocks is going to be the ladies' quarters, and I'll do a bunch of rooms here for the ladies to get dressed in and to live in. I think this here will be the main place where there's a bar and the poles, you know what I mean? And then we can have offshoots, with gambling and stuff like that. So I'm going to leave this up to you guys, your guys' creativity, alright? You guys are going to have a part in this, so I want you guys to speak up in the comment section. Any idea you have, and no idea is bad. All ideas are good. And we'll see what kind of ideas you guys come up with and see what we can do for the Snakes gang. Oh man, it's gonna be cool. So I think we're gonna call that a video here today, guys. I know it was a weird episode, but I want to include you in the community. You're part of this. If you're watching these videos, then you're part of it, and I want you to have a bigger role in it. So I'm gonna open up the floor to you guys. Let's see a lot of comments in this video. What can we do with the Snakes Gang hideout? Alright guys, that's gonna be it for me. Leave a like if you enjoyed this. As always, happy Minecrafting. Peace.